Hi guys, hi how is everyone doing? And welcome back to the FPL Duo. Very good, exciting video today. Obviously, deadline stream. Uh, we've been waiting for this one for a while now. The game is now pretty much launched, and 1 hour left till we lock in our teams. But before we get started, how are you doing, Jordan? How is everything?
Oh, I'm very good, thank you, and I'm very excited. This time has come finally. We are now only a few minutes away from the Premier League officially starting and fantasy, and it's going to be exciting to see the first game, which is Arsenal and Crystal Palace tonight. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, obviously, very excited to do this stream. We've got Brian in the chat who says, "Hi lads, hi to you, mate. Hope you're
Hey,
doing
Brian.
well." So yeah, we are gonna reveal both our teams ahead of the game week 1 deadline. Obviously, not long to go now, but we're just gonna talk about any last minute changes in our team. But I know Jordan, you haven't really changed much, have you? I've been quite going back and forward with a couple of teams, so yeah,
Yes.
I will discuss that with you. But we'll probably get your team out of the way first today. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's put your team up on the screen. So, talk us through what your team's like. Is there anyone just 100% nailed, and is there anyone that you're 50-50 on still that you might change, or are you pretty certain this is a team and you're done?
I'm pretty certain this is the team that I'm going with going into game week 1. I'll say the least confident one I'm with is Mahrez, because I've originally swapped him out for Saka, Kulusevski, and now it is now currently Mahrez. So that if there's any other position, it's probably that one which I'm more tempted to change. But the rest of them are pretty nailed down options that I've picked. I haven't really had second thoughts on any other player in my team. It's just mainly that Mahrez spot for 8 million midfielder choice. But for the moment, it's still with Mahrez.
Okay, so you've gone with the back four, obviously 4-4-2. The interesting one is Mahrez, as of see. What's his ownership at the moment?
His ownership is still 5%, just over 5%.
So,
So he's not really owned much by.
so Mahrez is an interesting pick. Obviously, a good differential. He could pay off big time. You know, if he does get start against West Ham and in that second game as well against Bournemouth, I think a lot of people will be looking to bring in Man City midfielders, but you might be ahead of the curve there, having them in from game week 1. It's just whether, obviously, Mahrez does start, because there's always doubts with City midfielders, but that's the risk you got to take, I guess, sometimes if you want to win. But you got Oscar in the chat says, "Hi lads, buzzing for the new season." Yeah, same as us. We're very excited. Going to be watching the Arsenal game later. Should be a good one. And yeah, FPL's back, and we're going to do it all over again. This is the first deadline stream of another, 37 left to come. So we ain't going anywhere yet. It's just getting started. So yeah, guys, if you've just joined us, don't forget to smash a like button and also subscribe if you're new to the channel. I think we're close to 400 subs. I haven't checked, but if you can sub, that will be very much appreciated. But yeah, Jordan, I want to also talk to you about Zinchenko and Trippier.
Yes.
So I've seen you've gone with 2 5 million midfielders. You've not got anything in the bank, have you?
No, that's a total £100 million spent on the team that I've got on the screen.
Mm-hmm. What's the reason behind? Are you worried about Zinchenko at the moment, or are you pretty happy on him to start with him?
I'm pretty happy to start with Zinchenko. I think he's a great pick. I think his ownership is moderately high. He's almost 15% owned. He was 9% last week, and then suddenly after that last friendly that Arsenal had, his ownership had just rocketed up to almost 15%. So it is giving a little bit of confidence that his ownership is more, but at the same time, I preferred it when it was low, as he was a differential under 10%. But now more people have caught on to him and got him in their teams, it's a bit more.
Yeah, I do like him. I do like Zinchenko as an option. Obviously, there is Trippier at 5 million. There's also Kyle Walker at 5 million. We will talk about my team as well when we go into Perisic. I know he's not 5 million, but it looks like he's a bit of a doubt to start game week 1. So I do, yeah, I like Zinchenko as an option. Trippier is also in there. What's your thoughts on Trippier and why you've included him? You prefer him over someone like a Kyle Walker? Because I see you've not gone double Man City. Or you've got Mahrez in there instead of you've decided to go double attack instead of double defense.
Yeah, I wanted to include a Newcastle player in this team. I would have gone with Gameweek, but with my midfield, it couldn't really fit in with it. So I opted for a defender, which was Trippier. I know last season he did get injured during the period at Newcastle, but before that, he was a great player and a great transfer for Newcastle. And I do think this season, with a fresh start, he's been rested. He's had a lot of rest from his recovery and whatnot. I do think he'll have a great start of the season, especially against Nottingham Forest at home for Newcastle. I'll say that's a no-brainer. I'll say you must have at least one Newcastle player in your team just from that fixture alone. And also the way Newcastle are building their team up now, in a few years' time or a few seasons, we might see them where Liverpool and Man City are. So they're a team waiting in the deep to rise up from the ashes in the Premier League, as we saw last season with Eddie Howe, the new manager, coming into the club, completely changed the way Newcastle were through the rest of the season, from being 15th to rising up to 9th in the Premier League table. So exciting times for Newcastle and for Trippier too. Hopefully he stays fit through most of the season or throughout the whole season, fingers crossed. And he's also on free kicks too. I do like the fact he's a free kick taker as well as a attacking defender too.
Okay. So yeah, your team's on the screen. Let us know, guys, what you think of Jordan's team in the screen. So if you just scroll up, because I can't see your goalie. So is it Mendy in goal?
Yeah.
He's gone with the back four of Trent, Cancelo, Trippier, and Zinchenko. And then midfield 4, he's gone Bailey, Mahrez, Luis Diaz, Salah, Jesus, and Harland. So that is his team there. Let me just bring up my team at the moment. Bear with me for a sec, guys. Here you go. Hopefully you can see that. So that is my team at the moment. I've gone with a back 5. So I've got Ramsdale in goal. I think for me, he's pretty nailed. I think I'm going to have him in my team when the deadline does finish. Ramsdale's in at 5 million. I do like his fixtures. Arsenal have very good start to the season in terms of fixtures. And he's also pretty good for bonus points. So I do like Ramsdale as a pick. And I think at 5 million, for me, he was a bit of a no-brainer. I could have went Ederson because I still have 0.5 million in the bank with this team. So yeah, I got 0.5. So I'm actually deciding whether to spend it or not and move up Ramsdale to like Ederson or someone else. But I just think I'd rather just keep the 0.5. But basically, Trent, Robertson, I've gone with the Liverpool double defense. I think Liverpool are going to keep clean sheets. I really do like Robertson and Trent as attacking options and as well as defensive options. They usually get 200 points plus or close to 200 points most seasons. Robertson v Diaz is a debate. Obviously, Jordan, you've gone with Diaz. I've gone with Robertson. We'll have to wait and see who like what decision is more better, like who outscores who. But I'm quite happy to save the million and then go with Robertson. I've also gone with the Man City double defense. As you can see, I've got Cancelo and Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz was actually Perisic in the morning, but I've got a bit of cold feet on Perisic. I've just worried that he won't start potentially, or if he does get start, he'll get taken off early. So what I've done is I've took Perisic out and I've brought in Ruben Diaz. Yeah, it's a bit boring, but I know he's going to play and he's a good potential for clean sheets in the first couple games. So yeah, Diaz is in the team. And then to finish off the back, I've got Aries James, who I think is also another good pick. And at 6 million, I think he's a great option for attacking returns. And we know Chelsea have also got decent fixtures. They've got Everton game week 1. I think DCL is actually injured now for a few weeks, so that makes Everton weaker. And I like James. I think he's one of the most nailed players in my team. That when I first made my team, he was one of the players that were in Cancelo, James, and Trent. They're probably in a lot of people's teams as well. So there you go. And then midfield, Salah, who is my captain. There is no debate around that. Salah is going to be my captain, 100%. Martinelli and Bailey as well to complete the midfield. I could have got an 8 million spot in this team because I did have Saka in there, but I just thought I'd go with Martinelli. So I think 2 million less. I think he could be decent. Got a comment here from Adam. He says, "You think Saka is worth it, or I go for Martinelli?" Yeah, it all comes down to that actually, who you think is worth it. But for me, Martinelli's 2 million cheaper, and I just thought I'd go with Martinelli because it lets me, go more big at the back, which is what I wanted to do with my team. So yeah, I do prefer Saka obviously as a pick, but budget restrictions, I've just gone with Martinelli. Also got Bailey to complete the midfield, just a cheap, 5 million spot. I've left 0.5 in the bank purely because if Bailey doesn't perform or something happens with him, he gets benched or he doesn't look like he's going to be a regular starter. Like if he's a minutes risk, then I can change him to a Neto or an Aronson at Leeds later down the line because I've left that 0.5 in. And then obviously, same as Jordan, I've gone Jesus and Harland. Obviously, we've got Kane in the thumbnail at the moment. Do you think it's worth going Kane over Harland, or are you pretty certain you prefer Harland?
I'm pretty certain I prefer Harland over Harry Kane at the current moment. Hasn't really persuaded me the last few days to switch from Harland to Harry Kane, even though I know Harry Kane will definitely get a return against Southampton. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't get something from that game, but it's the same for Harland. I probably expect Harland to get something from West Ham game for his first match of the season. It's like it's going to be very rare for either of them to blank in the first game. I don't think it's right or wrong to go with either player because they're both going to get something.
Yeah. All right, let me just read a few comments out. We've got Lucata, who's just joined the stream. Shout out to him. Adam Haffy says, "Nice draft. Thank you, mate. Let us know what you're going with." Harland, game week 2 captain, then switch if you want game week 3. Yeah, Harland looks like a good captain option in game week 2. Obviously, he's got Bournemouth, which looks like a very good fixture for City. Hamza, welcome to the stream. He says, "There's so much good players left to pick, but I've got my 11. Watch the players I didn't pick perform well." Well, let us know who you've got in, and yeah, it'll be interesting to know who you have in your team. I think you got a question here for you, Jordan. I have 2 decisions left. Do you prefer Ramsdale, Martinelli, Neto with 5 in the bank, or Sanchez, Saka, Bailey? This is include Martinelli to Saka. Lastly, to go with Perisic and bench him or ignore. Do you want to take this question, Jordan?
They're trying to get my head around that question.
Yeah, so I think you're saying, do you prefer Ramsdale or Martinelli? No, Ramsdale, Martinelli, and Neto with money in the bank, or Sanchez, Saka, and Bailey?
I think I prefer Ramsdale, Martinelli, and Neto with 0.5 in the bank because, leading to Brian's second question, that 0.5 will help you if you don't like Bailey in your team because he is 5 mil and there's not many players around that price margin which you can swap him out for. That 0.5 gives you more flexibility if you want to switch to like Neto, for example, or someone around that price margin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably prefer Ramsdale, Martinelli, and Neto with the extra 0.5 in the bank.
Yeah, hope this answered your question, Brian. He also says, on Jordan's team, I know I'm answering part of my own question above, but I don't like Bailey 5.0 price, hard to get out of. Yeah, that's why you could leave the 5 million, the 0.5 in there in case Bailey, like I said, in case he doesn't do well, you can upgrade him to Neto or even a Gordon, the Aronson at Leeds. There's not much, but I think that's what you get when you go big at the back. You are kind of sacrificing a bit of a midfield spot as well. Hamza says, I've got Mahrez, but is there anyone else you think is better? Maybe Diaz. I don't know. Well, I'll let Jordan answer this question because he's actually got Mahrez in his own draft. What do you reckon, Jordan?
If you haven't got Diaz in your team, then yeah, I would say personally, because I wasn't going to swap out Diaz for anyone when I made this draft. He wasn't an option at all. He was always going to play and start in my team in the game week 1. But in terms of anyone else you could go for, and despite Mahrez, there is Saka, Maddison. Some people have put Maddison, even though his fixtures aren't as great.
I'm worried about Maddison in case he does. Or there's rumours that he wanted to leave, or he's potentially linked with Newcastle. And the fixtures ain't great, so. But you know he's a good player, so he could do well. Maddison.
Yeah, and there's also Mason Mount, which he's probably underlooked in most drafts. I haven't really seen Mason Mount, but Chelsea's fixtures are really good. There is those type of preferences you could go for, but personally, Mahrez is a better option because of his ownership. It's very low; it's 5.9%. Right, whereas other midfielders like Saka, they're above, I think, 15%. So they're more of a template player in the team. So your rank won't go high as much as it would if you had Mahrez in your team, who is low owned. So if you want to go different somewhere in your team rather than all template, then yeah, I would say Mahrez.
Yeah, I do like Mahrez. I've said that quite a few times. I think if he does play, then he's always a great option because he's low owned. He lets you get into that Man City attack, and we know Man City, they have the ability on the day to score 3, 4, 5 goals. And if Mahrez is involved, I think Mahrez also on penalties, I believe. So last season he ended up taking quite a lot of them. So that's another thing with Mahrez. If he plays and they get a penalty, he probably is most likely to take. But Luis Diaz, I still probably prefer Luis Diaz over Mahrez, just because I think Luis Diaz is more nailed slightly. And Jota's currently injured. So that makes Luis Diaz a bit more nailed as well. Adam Haffey also says, Roger said Fofana and Maddison not for sale. Yeah, they've said that, but if Chelsea come in with the money like for Fofana, I do think they can still get him. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see with that. But yeah, with Leicester, I don't actually like their fixtures much either, if I'm being honest. Do you want to take this comment, Jordan?
Yeah, we've got Dan Hilton that says, I've got Ramsdale, Trent, Cancelo, James, 6 mil for one last defender. Plan was for Trippier and bank 1 mil. I have Bailey as well, so thinking keeping the 1 million in case Bailey flops. What do you guys think? Okay, so this is a similar question to Brian's one, where do you keep money in the bank in case Bailey becomes not a favourable option in your team? I personally do think it is better to keep money in the bank if you don't prefer Bailey in a team. If he doesn't have a great start to the season or game week, it is better to keep money in the bank just in case you want to swap him out for someone else, because it is going to be difficult because of his price value, his 5 mil. There's no real good replacement for Bailey around that margin. So that 0.5 or 1 million, in your case, Dan, will most definitely help if you want to get a player to replace Bailey in your team.
Yeah, well, obviously I've left in some money in the bank myself. I've left 0.5, so I'm just gonna wait and see what Bailey does. So if he does flop, like I said, I'll go take him to Neto. But he's got Ramsdale, Trent, Cancelo, James. Okay, similar to me. 6 million for one last defender. I've got Diaz. You could go with someone like that. Trippier is also decent because Jordan's got Trippier. Yeah, it's up to you guys, really. I'd probably go with Kyle Walker. Has not been talked about much. I think Kyle Walker could be decent at a 5 million option. Dan, if you want to go Kyle Walker, it looks like Man City aren't signing another fullback. So if that's the case, we expect Kyle Walker to start in that first game week against West Ham. So he could be a decent option. But if you want to if you want to save a bit of money, or you could just be boring and go with Ruben Diaz. Hamza says he's going to go with both Luis Diaz and Mahrez. So yeah, that's also very good to have 8 million midfield options, so you can rotate. There's a lot of players in that position. MSF Daily just joined the chat. Shout out to him. He says, yes, lads. Do you guys think replace James for Cucurella 1 mil diff? I personally wouldn't at this stage, just because Cucurella only signed officially yesterday, and we still don't know if he's going to start on Saturday, or was it Sunday they're playing Chelsea?
I think so. I can check.
I think Cucurella is still a great option. If I knew he'd start, I'd definitely have him in my team. But just for game week 1, maybe wait and see how if he actually plays against Everton in that game, because obviously he's just signed, so we don't actually know if he's going to be in the squad, in the team. He might be on the bench or something. So, but Cucurella is definitely at 5 million. He's going to be a good option throughout the season, in my opinion. Sorry about that, but yeah, I do like him a lot, and I think, but I'd rather have James. I just think James is probably underpriced at 6 million. I think he could easily be priced at 7.5. Obviously, we've spoke about this a lot. People like Trent, we also believe is underpriced. So I think if Reece James plays right wing back, for me, he's nailed in my team. If I see Reece James is being played as like a right centre back this season, then he's coming out my team. But we'll have to wait and see, because Cucurella could also play as a left centre back, and if that's the case, he obviously isn't as attractive if he plays there. Dan Hilton says, cheers, boys. Good luck for the season. Thank you, mate. Good luck to you too. Hope you have a good season. Yeah, so yeah, guys, if you've just joined the stream, guys, don't forget to smash the like button and also subscribe if you're new. We are very close to 400 subscribers, so if we can reach that soon, that would be great. And yeah, like and comment on the video, because it really helps the channel and helps our videos be seen more on YouTube. Jordan, what do you think of this one? I'll let you take this comment.
Singh says Neto and Perisic or Rashford and a 4.5 million defender.
What would you reckon? I've got a shout on this.
Okay.
I would actually say neither, because because I think Perisic, I had him in my team. So if I just bring up my team right now, I had Perisic and I've took him out for Diaz, because I actually worried that Perisic might not even start game week 1. So I don't want to risk it. If you are a bit of a risky manager and you don't mind, and you won't be annoyed if he does get benched, then Perisic could be a great option, because I am worried if he does start, he'll probably get a return. But I'm not that adventurous to get in players that I'm not 100% on, because I'm not 100% on Perisic. I wouldn't have him in my team at the moment. And Rashford for me is still a wait and see. I think with Man United, I don't really know how they're going to play, and also there are rumors that Rashford might not even start. I don't know how true that is, because obviously Martial's injured, so you'd assume Rashford to start. But I've seen some Man United fans saying Ronaldo will start the game week 1, and if that's the case, then maybe Rashford isn't as appealing as an option. But yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, I'd probably go with if I had to pick out one of them, probably Neto and Perisic, and then just pray Perisic starts. Mr. Snipes says, hello, how are you? We're doing well, mate. Welcome to the channel. Jordan, do you want to take this one?
Yes, the best 4.5 defenders. So I'll say, well, the one I had in my draft previously was Johnny as one of my 4.5 defenders. So I'll probably say he's one of the best ones to have, because he is low owned too. He's like 1% owned. Not many people have him in the team. Another 4.5 defender I would say is
well, there's Ben White as well.
Yeah, there's Ben White
at Arsenal. There's Johnny at Wolves. Well, there's Tomiyasu, who was quite talked about, but obviously he's a doubt. He's injured, isn't he? So at the moment you can't get him in. So yeah, Ben White, Johnny. Obviously Nico Williams is 4 million if you want to go even cheaper. who is a good option on the bench. But yeah, starting, I mean, Johnny could be decent if you trust the Wolves back line or Ben White. But Ben White's also another interesting one because if Tomiyasu comes back, will that change anything? Because obviously they've got Saliba, they've got Gabriel. They're not really going to play three centre backs. So I'm interested to see what happens with that when Saliba, who plays when Tomiyasu's back. But yeah, we say Johnny Jordan then.
Yeah, I'll probably say Johnny's the best 4.5 defender. The fixtures as well to go with. Wolves have pretty good fixtures in the first 5 too.
We've got Roman Jarvis. Welcome, mate. Welcome to the stream. He says Robbo, Mount, and Neto, or James, Diaz, Grealish. I'm going to go Robertson, Mount, and actually maybe not. I don't know. Actually, that's a tough one. I've got James and I've got Robertson, both of them. So Diaz. I'd probably go with well, that's a bit different because Grealish is so much more expensive than Neto. So I don't know if the money's not the same. So if the money wasn't an issue there, yeah, probably the James, Diaz, Grealish. But Grealish is a lot more expensive than Neto, so I don't think it's kind of a fair comparison.
I think we all know who I'm going for in terms of that choice.
Oh, the Diaz choice.
Yeah.
Diaz, Grealish, and James. Yeah.
Yeah. Despite me not liking having Neto and Grealish in the team, it's got to be a Diaz.
Yeah. I'll probably say that one as well then. Yeah, let's talk about. Is there anything else you want to? Obviously you just seen my team because I've changed my team again. What do you reckon for the? I'm going 5 at the back, and I'm playing the 3 midfield, and then obviously the same Jesus and Harland up front.
Yeah, it's interesting with especially with double Man City because of last season. You know how West Ham were against Man City. It is a tough-ish fixture or a really weird one. It's one of those weird ones where a West Ham, like a team where West Ham could potentially score against Man City, but at the same time, maybe even lose. So what do you think about going double City against West Ham?
The thing with double City, I wouldn't be surprised if West Ham did score, like if it was like 3-1 City or something like that. But I've gone with Diaz not just for game week 1. So if I bring up his fixtures, see, I'm just focusing like the first 6 or 7 fixtures. The West Ham, okay, that you might not get a clean sheet in that game, but then they've got Bournemouth, Newcastle, Palace, Nottingham, Villa. I think I could see at least 4 or 5 clean sheets there. So obviously, I've got him more for the long term, and especially that Bournemouth fixture. I'm hoping obviously not a City fan, but I think they can get a clean sheet against Bournemouth, and Cancelo can get a clean sheet as well. So there's 2 clean sheets in game week 2. And also, the reason I've got Diaz in there is because obviously I had Perisic, and I was worried Perisic isn't going to start. So the next player I thought I'd get in is Diaz. If I see Perisic is playing game week 1, he plays game week 2, and he looks good, I can always downgrade Diaz back down to Perisic because Perisic has Chelsea in game week 2. I don't really want Perisic for game week 2 anyway, if that makes sense, because he's got Chelsea. So I can wait and see how he does first 2 game weeks. Diaz for me is just a placement slot. So he's just there when I want to downgrade him to a Trippier, to a Kyle Walker potentially, or mainly Perisic. But I have to see how Perisic does before I even go there. And also I can go Doherty, Matt Doherty. I could even get him in at 5 million, but I'll have to wait and see how they do and if they actually start, because with Tottenham, I don't know who's going to play really.
Yeah, and defensively, we don't know apart from really Perisic. So probably is the best one to know, but even that's a doubt.
Yeah, that's the worry there. Mr. Snipe says Broya to start. I doubt it. He's still at Chelsea, isn't he? So I would be surprised if he does start. I wouldn't be going there.
No, I wouldn't be going. There's too much potential in Chelsea to really involve Broja into it.
Yeah, I don't think he'll start it as well. I think Havertz will probably play down the middle for game week 1. We are going to do score predictions as well today. Obviously, let's see how long we go on for today, but we are got score predictions to do later. Also, guys, you have half an hour left before the deadline. So get those teams locked in, get your captain picks locked in, get your bench order locked in as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, do it as early as you possibly can, because we all know last season what happened with the website crashing, freezing. People's
Oh, yeah.
options and choices didn't go into account, which led to absolute madness for your teams and ranks. So make sure you do it as early as you can on your decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also, guys, if you've just joined, don't forget to drop a like on the stream if you enjoy the content and subscribe if you're new. Who else? Let's bring it back to your team now.
Yep.
You've gone with Mendy, I see, in goal. So you are covering the Chelsea, the backline. I've also gone Ramsdale, 5 million keeper. We've got to talk about Leicester's goalies because obviously there's been a question in there, and I thought we'd speak about it anyway because it's quite a big kind of debate at the moment in the FPL community. He says he has 0.5 left over because of double Leicester goalkeepers. And because of Leicester goalkeepers, I had 0.5 left over, which allows me to get Grealish over Neto because of the downgrade. All in all, what do you reckon of having two Leicester goalies, the two 4 million goalies? Obviously, one of them is going to play. Do you like that, having two 4 million goalies, or do you think you rather not go there and just get in another 4.5 or a Ramsdale on a Ward or something like that?
No, personally, I'd rather not go for the double Leicester goalkeepers for the 4 mil. The reason why is because even though it lets me have more money in the bank, is it going to pay off for me in the long term run? Because we don't switch out our goalkeepers like we do with players. So if things were to go bad for Leicester, let's say they don't get any clean sheets at all, then it's going to punish your rank. Because if I just check Mendy's ownership, he's 20% owned by managers in fantasy. So if he was to get 5 clean sheets in the first 5 fixtures, then compared to Leicester, who don't get clean sheets, then it's not gonna pay off for me. And if it means just for that 0.5 extra money, it's not worth it, in my opinion. It's not
Also,
worth having two.
sorry, I've brought up the Leicester fixtures on the screen. If you guys can see that, hopefully it's big enough. Leicester have Brentford, which is quite decent, I'd say. But then they've got Chelsea and Arsenal and Southampton as well in there in the first 4 game weeks. Now, how many clean sheets do you expect of Leicester in that first 4? I could see about 1 clean sheet probably. Maybe against Brentford. Even then, Brentford, I wouldn't be surprised if Brentford got a goal against them.
I see 0, if I'm honest.
You see 0?
I see 0 clean sheets.
And then after that, they've got Man United as well, game week 5, which you would expect Man United to get a goal against them. And then Brighton.
Absolutely.
I'm not so sure if I want to have even a Leicester goalie, if I'm being honest. I don't know if I want Leicester goalie. Obviously, I've got one anyway, saying that I do have him in my bench. But I mean, as a starting goalie, do I want Leicester? I'm not so sure.
I can see why people have done it, because of obviously Schmeichel leaving and then having the option to have a 4 million goalkeeper that's going to start. I get that. But at what cost is that cheap goalkeeper going to do for your team if Leicester do not get any clean sheets? If Ramsdale or Mendy and these goalkeepers are getting clean sheets, then and Leicester aren't, then you're losing out, unfortunately.
Yeah. Also, if you did want to go cheap on a goalie, you could get Danny Ward, have him on the bench, and then just have like a 4.5 million Sanchez, and rotate Sanchez and Ward around. So you could do that if you want to go cheap. But I think the way the pricing's happened this year, I think it allows us to maybe get in a Ramsdale or even an Edison. Like there's money around. Actually, I've got 0.5 in the bank. Quite a few people do have money in the bank left to play around with. Mr. Snipe says Bamford to start. Yep, probably. Isaac says hi lads. Hi mate.
Hello, Isaac.
So yeah, the Leicester thing's interesting. But I personally wouldn't go there with the 2 goalies. It's just also there is that slight risk that Leicester buy a goalie. Obviously, transfer window is still open. Do they buy a first choice goalie? It's unlikely, because I did see Brendan Rodgers in his press conference said that it's unlikely they buy a goalie. So it looks like Danny Ward will be a starting goalkeeper at 4 million which isn't quite common anyway in FPL. Usually, the 4 million players do not start. Isaac saying Son or Salah, not really sure their preseason form. Well, I've watched a lot of Liverpool, and Salah's been looking sharp. Salah's looked really good in preseason. I think he scored a couple of goals as well. For me, it's Salah. As you can see, I've got him in my team right now. He's my captain. I'm pretty much certain on that one. And yeah, I think Salah's looked really good in preseason. The games he's played, he looks very, very sharp. Obviously, Son also looks good. But, at the price bracket, it's hard to fit both of them in, and Harland. So if I had to pick, I'm going Salah. And I think Jordan agrees. Obviously, he's got Salah in there as well.
Yeah, and he's also my captain pick for this game week 1. He's most people's captain picks, I think, for this game week 1 is Fulham against Liverpool. I mean, that's a no-brainer to start off with.
Yeah. So you don't really have any discussion on captain. You're locked, obviously, Salah. I have seen people go without Salah too, obviously.
Yeah, there's been a few no Salah captaincy picks. I think some people opted for Harland or Harry Kane, Son. Even Jesus has been thrown into the ring with captaincy picks.
Yeah, well, I think that's a tough game though for Arsenal today. I do expect them to still win tonight, but I think that ain't going to be easy for them because Palace, first game of the season, Selhurst Park, under the lights, could be tough, as they saw last season. Models in scale, welcome to the stream. He says Kane or Salah captain. I prefer Kane, but I think I'm going Salah as I don't want to fall behind if Salah does well. I prefer, I do prefer Salah. Salah against Fulham. Salah has a fantastic record actually in game week 1. I think he scored in every single. I think he's got a double-digit return in every single game week 1 that since he's joined the Premier League. So I don't really want to back against Salah. I think he'll probably score again today. But I wouldn't be surprised if Kane also bagged against Southampton because Kane also has a very, very good record against Southampton. So both players, the numbers look good for them, the stats look good for them, but I don't have Kane. So that's another reason why I did Harland over Kane. Because if I'm not going to captain Kane in game week 1, why do I have him kind of thing? And in game week 2, I can captain Harland against Bournemouth when Kane's got Chelsea. So that's the main reason I've gone Harland over Kane because at game week 2, I don't plan on captaining Kane. So yeah.
And you do raise a good point in that after that question when you say I don't want to fall behind if Salah does well. Like if we check Salah's ownership, he is 61% owned. So yeah, it would cost you a lot if Salah was to score in especially a double-digit haul in terms of points, because obviously the captaincy will be very high, and with that in mind, it would really hurt your rank if you went against Salah. Despite Kane scoring, it would still hurt your rank because of the high ownership.
Yeah. Also, I was going to add, last season, I think it was game week 8. Liverpool played Man United game week 8 when they won 5-0, and then there was a debate: should we captain Salah against Man United? A lot of people weren't, sure about it because it was a Man United away at Old Trafford. Salah goes and scores a hat trick, and a lot of people in that week captained Kai Havertz. I think Kai Havertz had Norwich. Chelsea won 8-0 or 7-0, and Havertz didn't even score or get an assist. So that swing, when I in that game week when Salah got the hat trick against Man United, I did captain him, and he done wonders for my rank. So yeah, I mean, I think Salah for me he's the best player in the FPL game. He's just so consistent. I know last season he had a bit of that dip, but I expect he looks very good in preseason from what I've seen. And yeah, for me, he's a no-brainer for me. He's my captain. I'm not even considering anyone else, if I'm being honest. But yeah, 20 minutes to go, guys. And then yeah, deadline stream will be up, but we have to do our score predictions as well soon, but we'll probably do that afterwards.
Yeah.
Is there anything you was gonna say? You were gonna add something, Jordan?
I'm interested to see what people have gone for in terms of their benches, because there is the template bench where we see Andreas, Williams, and a a non-playing player in the third slot. So I'm interested to see if anyone else has gone different with their bench options
Yeah.
as well. So do mention in the chat, guys, if you
Yeah, let us
all
know
your
who you're
bench
captaining as well, actually.
and that too.
Yeah, let us know who you're captaining, because obviously some comments saying Kane. Let us know if you're going Kane. If you do have Salah or as your captain, do let us know as well. We'd be interested to hear who you're going with. But yeah, I'm pretty locked in. I think that's the team I'm going with. I'm just checking Twitter to see if there's any information regarding team news, as I always do.
Yes, the crucial rumours that have forever cursed last season for me and also Huss at some points.
Yeah. Got a comment here from FPL Jesus. Interesting name, and also he's got the avatar. It's quite funny. You watching the Arsenal match? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Can't wait. Premier League's back. You got to watch the first game of the season always. So yeah, I'm excited to watch that game. And let's see. I've got Jesus, Martinelli, and Ramsdale playing today. So you know what happens if Palace win 1-0? We'll just all be screwed, pretty
oh
much.
yeah, that would be devastating. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a shock though, because it's not an easy fixture, obviously. But we have seen Arsenal in pre-season do amazing things. So with this new reformed team, who's got Jesus now, it could
Mhm.
change how they play against Crystal Palace.
Yep. Well, we're both gonna definitely watch that one.
Yeah,
Salah, he has Salah and Kane, but he's sticking with Salah captain. Fair enough. Yep, we're all going Salah. I think. Let us know if anyone isn't going with Salah as a captain. Um, if you want to go a bit different, could pay off as well, because Kane's got Southampton, which is also another very good fixture for Harry Kane. I just
yeah,
think I can't back Salah away to Fulham. Fulham are
yeah.
one of the teams I expect to go back down and get relegated.
I
So
imagine that's going to be a high scoring game for Liverpool.
mm,
Utterly high scoring. I don't know
the
what happened in that game.
the only thing is, Liverpool is a 12:30 kickoff on a Saturday. It's an early kickoff, and sometimes I don't like captaining players early kickoff. That's just I don't know. I just don't like it sometimes doing that. So other than that, I think Salah, great captain for this week, and as he is most weeks, you could just perma captain Salah, and you still have a good chance of winning or having a good rank at the end of the season. Um, did Kane score in August last year? I think he did. I'm not sure. I know you see that stat going around. Does Kane has a poor record in August, but I don't think he does. Like, if you look into it, I think he did score last year. Let us know, anyone in the chat, if they do know. Off the top of my head, I'm actually not sure. Abhishek says 4.5 million defenders. We did discuss this earlier on. I think we mentioned Johnny at Wolves. We mentioned Ben White at Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone else, Jordan? I'm just going to check who's actually.
There's maybe Duffy from
Oh no,
Brighton.
Dunk. Sorry, there's
And
also Dunk, I believe, isn't it? Is he
Yeah,
4.5 as well?
yeah, the Brighton. There's
The Brighton
Guehi
defender.
from Crystal Palace, but I wouldn't go there
Yeah,
because
nah, not Palace.
the fixtures that Crystal Palace have are not great.
Yeah, I think I like yes, the Wolves defenders basically. Wolves, obviously there's Dunk as well at Brighton. You could go with Eight Nouri's decent. You sometimes can get an attack in return. Tommy Yasu before his injury, obviously. But other than that, probably Ben White. I want to be a bit safe. Who will probably
Yeah,
go with 4.5. Yeah, that's another one.
Gufau.
Koulibaly is 4.5, but he does have Man City game week 1, which you probably don't want to bring him in for.
There's also Sarr from Newcastle if he does start in that game.
Oh, Shaw.
Or Shaw, yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's also could be if you guys want to get Newcastle, but I'd rather just spend the 0.5 and get Trippier with that. Mr. Snipe says Sancho to start. Yeah, I'd assume so. I don't
Mo-
see any reason why he shouldn't start. He's fit. He's been one of Man United's better players in the preseason, so I think he will start. Obviously, Martial is injured. He's done his hamstring, so it'll be interesting to see what Man United do play with up front. Do they start Ronaldo, or um, do they play like Rashford up front? Or yeah, it'll be interesting because Man United haven't really bought a striker either, have they? So It
No.
would be funny if Ronaldo plays game week 1 after he's been trying to leave the whole summer, pretty much.
I mean, if Ronaldo does play in that game, it sort of nullifies anyone else has in their teams, because we all know with Ronaldo being Man United, it's not really causing great atmosphere and behaviour as we have seen.
Oh yeah, well, a lot to come. Obviously, we'll have to see if he is still there. But Rashford, someone's going Rashford, could be a decent punt. Yeah, Rashford could be 6.5 million. He's a lot, but he's had a massive price decrease this season. He could be a little gem, later on down the season. I am worried about Man United in the sense that I don't really know what I'm going to get from them, and they are a wait and see. I have to wait and see what they do, how they play before. But their fixtures are decent. If you bring up Man United's fixtures, they're not too bad. They've got. I know they've got Liverpool in game week 3, but other than that, it's not too bad. But with Man United, there is always that risk surrounding some of their players. But yeah, this is the team, guys. Let me know what you think of the team I've got. So yeah, 5-3-2. Bailey is the one that could be a slight. I mean, he's the one I was a bit unsure on. I could go Neto, but I think I'll just stick with Bailey.
I think Bailey would be good in game week 1 because obviously they have Bournemouth.
Yeah, we hope so.
Aston Villa shouldn't really be struggling against a newly promoted team like Bournemouth, and hopefully Bailey does start. I mean, he had a good start in the pre-season matches, even scored, and then got an assist. So, yeah, it's looking good for Bailey. I mean, in terms of fixtures and performance, and
he had a good preseason. It looked like he had a good preseason.
Yeah, he could be the next player that might be a gem. Who knows? Not many people talk about Coutinho though. In terms of that.
I think he's been quite well, because Aston Villa is another team that don't have, apart from the first 2 or 3 games, their fixtures turned quite bad as well after game week 4. And obviously, Coutinho is at price at 7 mil. He's a bit expensive, so I think people aren't probably feeling that going that way at the moment, because obviously a lot of people are going big at the back, or it's hard to fit in another 7 million midfielder. And obviously, you've got Luis Diaz and Mountain, etc. at 8 million. Abhishek says Sanchez, Trent, James, Cancelo, Salah, Diaz, Rashford, Bailey, Martinelli, Jesus, Kane. Yeah, looks good. Looks good.
Yeah, I do. I like most of it.
Yes. Oh, it's quite similar to my team as well. A lot of players, though, it's quite similar. I mean, there's a template that has formed, but that's what happens. I think most years you always get similar team, and then there's usually players that usually start doing really well in game week 1 and game week 2. We try to jump on the bandwagon. I don't know who it's going to be this year, but there's always that 1 or 2 players that pop off, like Bowen last season. No one saw that coming. Now he's 8.5, so now we've completely forgot about Bowen. Chief says, how much do you have left in the bank? Well, I have 0.5 in the bank with this team, and this is Jordan's team. He has 0, I believe, in it.
Yeah, my team value is 100 mil, so I got no money in the bank.
Yeah, I left 0.5 in the bank just because in case Bailey doesn't do well, if I want to change him to someone like Neto, I have that option. Or if I want to change him to someone else like Aronson at Leeds, 0.5 gives me flexibility if I want to change something up. So yeah, usually I don't really leaving money in the bank. I usually spend it all. But I think this season with the pricing, players cheaper, I think it lets us maybe leave 0.5 in the million. I know there are a lot of managers that swear by it, leaving some money in the bank for price increases and stuff. But yeah, it's probably the first year that I've actually left money in the bank. So yeah, I don't usually do it. FPL Jesus says, am I all right with only 2 Liverpool players?
Well,
depends who those 2 are as well.
Yeah, I would say if you have it, Salah and Trent, then I'll probably say you're all right with 2 Liverpool players.
I just like having 3 because I just think Liverpool have some of the best fixtures for the first 5 or 6. They are one of the best teams. Also, we know they're nailed, players like Robertson, players like Diaz. And they're just, very good for points. So I would have 3 personally. I think that was one of the non-negotiables in my team, to have triple Liverpool, triple Arsenal, potentially even triple City, and then I worked my way around there. But for me, triple Liverpool, yeah, I was 100% gonna have triple Liverpool no matter what, because I just think with their fixtures, and with Man City, there's a bit more rotation. With Liverpool, you kind of know who's gonna play. So that's why I just go triple Liverpool. E2 E5H says, is Arsenal triple attack too risky? What do you reckon, Jordan?
This is an interesting question, because I kind of thought the same when I had Saka and Jesus in my team, and I figured it might be too risky, because say that Arsenal don't get anything from a game and you have the triple attack, that means 3 of your players haven't got returns from that one particular team. So in theory, you're losing out on a slot where you could use another team who may get return, whereas Arsenal won't. So going Arsenal triple attack, you only really need, I'll say, at least 2, like a Jesus and maybe a Saka or a Martinelli. I wouldn't go for 3 attacking Arsenal players, because you know that Jesus, Saka, and Martinelli, they all have the potential to return, and you don't necessarily need all 3 of them.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I wouldn't really go with triple Arsenal. I'd have Jesus and 1 of Martinelli or Saka. I think you've got to pick 1. That's where I'd go. But triple Arsenal could also pay off if you are very risky and you believe in Arsenal and your conviction in their team, because you look at their fixture run. For the first 5, they've got Palace, Leicester, Bournemouth, Fulham, Villa. Very good fixtures for an attacking player. You'd expect them to score a few goals. They look good in preseason. And yeah, it could work out if you went triple, but I just think this may be a bit too much. I'd rather probably get a Ramsdale and then go to attack. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Arsenal. But yeah, fixtures look good. They are technically the best team in terms of fixtures to target. They've got the most green fixtures at the start. Get back to my team here. How long have we got left? 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Hamza says. Yeah, guys, yeah. I'm locked in. I'm not changing anything, I don't think, anymore.
Same with me.
Yeah, you don't really want to tinker too much now.
I really don't want to double overthink something where I could have that player and think, no.
Yeah.
That time has gone.
I've got a comment for you, Jordan. Says, I'm on hard to take Jordan serious wearing that top. I assume Dave is not a Man United fan. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Let us know you support. But yeah, new season, you have to get the kits out, I guess.
That's it. Like, especially for our first stream, you gotta show it.
Also, guys, obviously I haven't really plugged this yet. If you are wanting to join our mini league, so we do have the FPL Duo mini league that we created. The code is on the screen right now. It's B54P68. Please join our league if you think you could take us on, and hopefully if you could beat us, because we're also in the league. We have quite a lot of players actually just joined the league, so decent amount of people in our league at this season. So if you do want to test us and see if you could finish above us, do follow us on that. Join our mini league. So the code is on the screen right now, and the description below. Also, the code is there, and there's an auto join link if you do want to join us. Check us out on there. So it should be a good one. I think over 100 people in our league now. So yeah, hopefully we'll probably have a prize as well for the winner at the end of the season. We just got to wait and see what it is, but it probably won't be a Man United top for David.
I was about to say, David, just for you, I'm going to give you this Man United top as a prize if you do win.
Yeah, we'll probably do something for the prize at the end of the season. We've got to figure out what it is. But it'll probably be like a football shirt or something. But we'll wait and see. And also, guys, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe if you're new. We're very close to, I think, 400 subs. If we can hit that, that would be sick. Fads, King or Dennis? Oh, he's trolling, ain't he? I thought it was an actual comment, but yeah, I remember those days.
Dennis.
Remember those days, King and Dennis.
Oh dear.
Remember that game week when we got Dennis in? I think we triple captained him or something like that. Was it triple captain?
And
he got red carded.
Yeah, he got
I
red
think we
carded.
captained him. Sorry, I think we normal captained him, and
Yeah,
then
it was
he
a
gets red
normal
carded,
captain.
and then yeah, that
Yeah,
was
yeah, the
that was mad.
curse, a curse player, like they
Yeah.
do. Like,
E2 says, cheers, guys. Good luck for the season. Yeah, good luck to everyone as well in the stream. We hope you guys have a good season. Obviously, join our league to see where you will finish. Hamza says, I'm overthinking between Harland and Kane. For me, it's simple now. I was about 2 weeks ago. I was debating who to get, but now I'm Harland. Going Harland, but I think Kane will outscore him actually game week 1. I believe. I wouldn't be surprised if Harland doesn't actually score, but it's more for game week 2.
yeah,
I've got Harland.
I don't know for Haaland because the team he's in, Man City, that's a lot of opportunity for Haaland to be bagging in goals, especially with his talent that we're seeing from Borussia Dortmund. He's definitely going to carry that over to Man City, especially the team he has around him.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too much of a choice, if I'm honest, to pick between the two because you can't go wrong with either Haaland or Kane because they're both two world class players in different aspects.
Mm. Well, yeah, that's true. Also, we have to do our predictions, Jordan. I will probably do that. Probably do that now, actually. We usually do that every end of stream. But yeah, let's start with the first game. Obviously, Arsenal do play Palace later today at 8 o'clock kickoff, which is about an hour and a half away. Should be a good one. Palace Arsenal, Jordan. What are you saying for a score prediction?
For my score prediction, I'm saying Arsenal 2-0.
2-0 Arsenal. Okay. I'll go with 2-1 Arsenal. Even though I've got Ramsdale, I hope he keeps a clean sheet. But yeah, I'm going 2-1 Arsenal. And yeah, let's move on to the Saturday's fixtures. They've got Fulham and Liverpool is the first game at 12. Was it 12:30? Yeah, 12:30
Yeah.
kickoff. What are you saying for that game?
I think Liverpool 4-0. I don't
Oh,
see
okay.
Fulham scoring at all. I'll be very shocked.
I'm going 3-0 Liverpool against Fulham. So I think Liverpool should get the job done there. Bournemouth and Villa on at 3 o'clock. So what do you reckon for that? Because Bailey, not Bailey, Matty Cash and Luca Dean. I've seen a few of the teams with them two in it. So do you reckon they could get a clean sheet against Bournemouth? And also, Bailey also, isn't he? So
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see that against. I'd be very surprised if Aston Villa don't keep a clean sheet against Bournemouth. That'd be really bad for them, especially at the start of the season. But my score prediction for that would be 2-0 Aston Villa.
2-0 Aston Villa. Okay, I'm gonna go with I'll go with 2-1 Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa will get the job done. Gerrard get first game of the season. I think they'll win. The next one we've got Leeds and Wolves. What do you think for that one?
I don't think much will happen in that game, so I think my score prediction will be 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Leeds and Wolves. Okay, 1-1. I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I'll go 1-1 as well. Actually, I think it'll be a draw. I think that'll be a draw. Newcastle and Nottingham Forest, another good game on Saturday. What do you think? Easy for Newcastle, or do you think Nottingham can do something?
Yeah, I think that's easy for Newcastle, without a doubt. I think the score prediction for that is 3-0 Newcastle. They'll put that to bed very quickly.
Okay. I'll go 2-0 Newcastle. I think they'll get the job done. They're at home as well, so probably get that easy win. Spurs and Southampton as well, 3 o'clock on the Saturday. I'll start this off. I'm going 3-0 Spurs, and Son and Kane are probably gonna cause a bit of meltdowns. But yeah, I think I'll do an easy job for them. 3-0.
I think 3-1 to Spurs. I think Southampton might nick a goal in that game.
Okay. So, and then the last game of Saturday, we've got Chelsea that go away to Everton. What do you think for that game, Chelsea Everton?
For that game, I think That's a difficult one. Chelsea. I think 1-0 Chelsea. I don't think they'll go too mad against Everton.
1-0 Chelsea. Okay, I think obviously DCL's injured, so they might struggle there. They're not really got a striker. So I'll go 2-0 Chelsea as well. So that's Saturday fixtures out the way. We will come on to the Sunday fixtures in a bit. We've got some comments here from Barnsley who says, happy FPL boys, let's go. Yeah, happy FPL. The deadline is actually over now. So it is 6:30. Hopefully everyone's locked their teams in. It is started all over again. We're now back. Season is officially started, really. FPL's locked. We're all locked in. Barnsley also says he went with Wilson as a differential in my team. Can't see him not scoring in the first two. Yeah, Wilson's an interesting one. I do like him as a pick. The only thing, if he could stay fit, I think he'd be a really good option. But there's always that worry with him. Would he stay fit for a season? But he's a good player. Hamza also says he's locked.
Good.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
I'm interested to know for Barnsley who he replaced for Wilson, because it's either Hayes or Harland. I'm curious which one you went without.
Unless he's gone with a front three, like 4-3-3. Let us know, Barnsley, what formation you're playing. Yeah, let's predict the Sunday games, and we will probably wrap it up there. Leicester Brentford, first game on Sunday.
Oh, that could be a crazy game.
2:00.
I think 2-2.
2-2. Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be like an end-to-end madness game. I think Leicester and Brentford.
All right, I'll go with 2-1 Leicester. I think Leicester will probably win. Man United and Brighton also on 2:00 on Sunday. Do you think your team will win, Jordan?
I do think we'll win Sunday. I mean, with Man United now maybe having some more stability in their team, I do think they will have a good start to the season. So I think their score prediction will be 2-0 Man
2-0
United.
Man United.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go 2-1 Man United. I think they'll also win, but Brian will probably get a goal. And then probably, would you want to say the best game of the game week 1, the most exciting game, West Ham v Man City?
Yeah, I think with that game, I think that is the most exciting one, because we know that Man City do struggle against West Ham last season, and they are an awkward team to go against. So it is interesting away as well, Man City, how they do against West Ham at home.
Yeah, what were you going for a score prediction on that one?
I think the score prediction for that will be, I'm going to say 3-1 Man City, despite hoping for a clean sheet, but less likely happening against West Ham.
Okay, I'll go 3-0 Man City. I think they'll get the clean sheet. Hopefully my double Man City defense pays off. But yeah, that is the predictions out the way. FPL deadline's finished. We'll probably stay on for a bit longer before we wrap up the stream. Because obviously we're going to go to watch the Arsenal game at 8:00. Still a while away, but yeah. Let me just bring up my team. It's not going to let me. Yeah, it's not going to. So the game's updating. So yeah, I can't see my team. Just get your team up for now. Barnsley says he's got 3 strikers. He's gone with Kane, Jesus, and Wilson. And Wilson, who's replaced the 7 midfield option for him. Brian says, sorry, what was that?
I was just saying, okay, that's good. Different.
Yeah, it's different. Brian also says he went with Perisic. The key reason being otherwise, I'd have to bench one of Luka Dean, Neto, or Bailey in game week 2 otherwise. Yeah, Perisic, I got cold feet on Perisic. I had him in my team for like the past week and a half. But today I just removed him because I thought is a slight worry with him. But if he plays, if he starts, then he's definitely could do some damage to Southampton. And yeah. Probably wrap the stream up. We just got to shout out Twitter actually, because I haven't put it on the screen yet. If you guys want to follow us on Twitter, please do, guys. The FPL Duo, where you can chat to us, and we also, tweet out when we're going live. Also, the mini league is on the screen right now for the code. Also, link in the description, and auto join link in the description. But yeah, we'll probably wrap the stream up. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Jordan?
Just a good luck for everyone for their first game week of the season. It's finally here, and we've got an hour or so left before the first game actually happens, the Arsenal and Crystal Palace. So exciting first fixture to start off the season off with. So yeah, good luck everyone. Hope you all get green arrows.
Yep, good luck everyone in the chat. And yeah, hope everyone gets a green arrow. We'll be back again with another video, probably on Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, Sunday for the knee-jerk react.
Yeah, Sunday at 7 p.m. Guys, do join us on Sunday, 7 o'clock. We're going to react to our points from Game Week 1. There's no Monday games, are there, this week?
No, I think it's
Monday Night
only
Football. So yeah,
Sunday is the last day.
Yeah, so do join us Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time, where we react to our Game Week 1 points. That will be a live stream, so do turn your notification bell on and also subscribe so you don't miss a single piece of content. And yeah, if you are new to us, we're kind of new. We started an FPL channel back in like December, halfway through the season, and now we are going to carry on making content throughout the whole season. So we're going to have a lot of content. So do subscribe so you don't miss anything, as we plan to stream quite regularly for you guys. And yeah, we'll see how it goes, guys. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to smash the like. And yeah, we hope to see you guys again very soon, or Sunday. So yeah, probably wrap it up here. And that's about it, really. Good luck, everyone. And yeah, hope everyone has a good week and a weekend, obviously. So yeah, guys, take care and join us on Sunday for our stream. And yeah, that's it from me and Jordan. And yeah, guys, peace out, and we'll see you soon.
Yep, see you Sunday, guys. Have a good weekend.